It is 18 minutes after the hour. Spending a few minutes with Ed Jenkins, the Vietnam Veterans Association, a group here in Sylacauga. And Ed, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Jimmy Dale.
Good to have you with us today. You got a big scene coming up for a Vietnam vet this weekend.
Yes, that big singing coming up this weekend be at the Amazing Grace Church in Goodwater, which is the old Church of God of Prophecy brick church. Little bitty brick church. You can come off 280, come up by the National Guard Armory, and you see it sitting there on the left. And we have the McDonald family, Johnny McDonald family, and the Anointed Ones, and others will be singing there, and we'll just have a great time. You come and be blessed.
Starts 6 o'clock?
6:30.
6:30 on Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Okay, and Ed Jenkins, our guest this morning, and you're about helping Vietnam veterans especially, or all veterans, but especially Vietnam veterans since you were a part of that war, and this is another way y'all can help do that.
Right, this is another way that you can help by coming and attending. As these things happen sometime, and the wife grows into a great deal of expense, but we'd like to say this morning that we thank you that we've been able to help all veterans, and our youngsters coming back today, some of them need a lot of help, their family, and we're willing to help them all, Jimmy Dale.
Now, this morning as well, talk a little bit about the organization here in Sylacauga and also in Alexander City.
Okay, we have a great organization here, two great areas. Post 45, the American Legion, and the VVA, Post 945, Chapter 945, and the DAV, Bill Nichols down there. It was organized years ago when he was still living. Chapter 13, it was, mostly benefits the nursing home down there, and it's a great outfit.
And certainly we do not want to forget our veterans who paved the way that we could be free. And this singing Saturday night starts at 6:30, and the groups are going to be there, including the McDonald family. And I'm assuming there will be a love offering received?
There'll be a love offering received, and hopefully it'll be a good one and a great time. And you come and be part of this, and we certainly would appreciate it for anybody and everybody that could come to come, and they will enjoy themselves, Jim and Dale. But before we leave this morning, we want to thank you for letting us come by and announce this, and we appreciate you and TV 47 and the good work that it's doing, and all of our good sponsors that sponsor TV 47.
That's
appreciate
right.
them, Jim and Dale.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Ed Jenkins, our guest this morning, singing over at in Goodwater on Saturday night at 6:30. Ed, what do you see as the greatest need for veterans today? I know they face a lot of obstacles, and some getting older in years, and disease processes taking hold. What's the biggest thing you see they face?
They face, one of the biggest things is getting back and forth to their medical treatment at the doctor, and we help get that done, and then what is theirs, their claim, and one of the things that we have learned lately, if one of our veterans dies in a VA facility, like Birmingham VA, it's a lot easier for the family to get assistance than it is a regular nursing home. So we've just learned that through Miss McBride in Washington, who works closely with us, and we appreciate that. But the main thing is, they need their health as long as they live and as long as they can, and they need what is theirs. Now, a lot of people think that the youngsters coming back today don't have a problem. Sometimes they do in getting what is theirs. So all we want to do is make sure that he or she gets what's theirs.
Now, we've got the clinic over in Childersburg that's been a great help.
That's the greatest clinic in the country. They send them to us, we do the paperwork, and most of the time it gets complete. They get what is theirs, their treatment, their benefits, and everything. We have a PTS clinic in Childersburg and a regular medical clinic.
Ed Jenkins, our guest this morning from Vietnam Veterans Association here in Sylacauga, and there's a lot of people in this immediate area that are making a difference. You guys meet what, on Tuesdays?
Yes.
Breakfast?
Breakfast every Tuesday morning, and and we just lost a veteran. Mr. Booth was one of ours, and he came as long as he was able up there to breakfast, and it's just a group of people, good veterans from World War II on back, on up, that meet up there with us, and some of our young Afghanistan, and in Iraq and all them, they come there too.
Who is the oldest living veteran in our immediate area?
I would have to say Mr. Wakefield, World War II vet, but you wouldn't know it, but I'd have to say right now that he's the oldest.
Well, he gets around a good bit.
Yes, he does.
And, but we appreciate Ed dropping by this morning. Big sing over in Goodwater. Let's recap that a little bit for Saturday night.
Okay, in recapping that, we would like for you to come on down, get there early, and after it's over, we'll have a little snack food for you if you come and stay with us. And we just appreciate the opportunity for this, and also thank the people at the Amazing Grace Church, Mike Price and them, for opening up the doors of the church so we could have the singing there Saturday night. And again, we appreciate TV 47 for letting us come by and announce it and being so good to our veterans. TV 47 and Jimmy Dale, you've been good to our veterans. We appreciate it. And some of your folks were veterans.
That's right. We had a very successful Veterans Day parade, and I think that this community is really strong in supporting our local veterans and wanting to do what is right by our veterans. And being in the funeral home business, I see deaths of vets, and it's always a moving sight when the military gets involved and the local veterans get involved at the death of a comrade.
That's right. Now, one of the main things that we're still working on for an honor guard, and for our veterans here, that just a local honor guard, and it's going to take a while longer, but we're going to get that under control too.
One thing before we go this morning, I'm sure you've noticed, and it's one of the most moving commercials that I've ever seen. And now then there's possible bad news coming out of the Wounded Warriors Project, and been talk of them, maybe some in that organization misusing funds and that kind of thing. That, as a veteran, that's got to boil your blood a little bit if that's indeed the case.
Yes, and we have to watch that amongst all of them. I mean, we're not talking about local. We're talking about, federally, that they're trying to get the money to help wounded warriors or, American Legion, whatnot. We have to stay on top of this, Jimmy Dale, because all organizations will make mistakes, will make blunders, and we don't stay on top of it. But that's left up to us to stay on top of that, and we certainly do. And one more thing, we have to stay on top of our people down in Montgomery about our Veterans Affairs and things, and we just have to stay after them.
Well, the House of Representatives, they began their session today, and we've got one of the best in State Representative Ron Johnson down there.
We got the best. We do have the best. I don't know about anybody else, but for us, he's a Bill Nichols type. He will answer the phone. We may not like what he said, but he'll try to help us. Right. And appreciate that. But again, we appreciate you too. And
all right, man. Appreciate you coming this morning.